Welcome back. Today we're flying out the MiG-9 late, and if you are wondering how to fly the non-late, so the first MiG-9, don't even bother. It's simply inferior in every category to this thing, and it's even at the same BR. So just fly the MiG-9 late. I'm flying the Chinese variant right now. It doesn't matter which one you take, Chinese or Russian, be the exact same plane. I'm running a talisman on this one because I'm trying to grind out some stuff. And this is one of the original planes that I used to spam a lot. The Russian one, I got like 200 kills in, this one about 90. And it's been good fun, I really like it, especially after they moved the Sagittario back up to 7.3 or 8.3, apologies, and now they increased the repair cost by a very significant margin. They shouldn't have done that, they should have just made it 8.7, maybe 9.0, and I keep the repair cost relatively low, but I'm fine with it either way, as long as I don't have to see it in my 7.3. And what are we doing right here? And this is the way you will be flying this plane mostly, by keeping your speed relatively high compared to your competitors. And you will outclimb these guys by doing that. If they try to go level, you level out with them, you will go faster than them. If they try to climb up after you, they won't catch you. And because the retention of this plane, especially when maneuvering, is a little bit worse than say a 262, I don't actually want to dogfight him on fair terms, so I want to build up a little bit of an altitude advantage, go to that low speed. He doesn't really have the range because of the 30 mils. And now the speed bleed that I will have will not be much of a problem, because he doesn't even have the energy to point his nose up to me. I have the altitude here to simply stall above him or just go very slow, drop back down on him. I only have 337s left, so I really need to make this shot count. Drop him back on top of him. He's going way too slow to try to follow me. It's simply not going to happen. We shoot once, we shoot twice, and there goes this entire plane. R2Y2 coming back in, he was going RTB. I'm just going to be turning away from him here. I'm not winning a dogfight versus an R2Y2, even if he is completely disabled. So I'm not going to take it. I'm going to get some altitude here or some speed, and we'll convert it back into altitude, and we are going to do the same thing as I just did to the 262. Luckily for us, that guy breaks off, he goes back to the airfield, he goes rearm, and then I 2v1 him with Razor. Not a very spectacular kill. A few games later, I get an F-80 on my 6, and the F-80 is a plane you definitely don't want to dogfight. And you can mostly outrun and out accelerate. The problem is he's getting very close, he's starting to shoot his 50 cals at me, so I have to dodge. He will, in the long run, start catching me. Well, he's already catching me. He will get very easily into gun range. What I'm doing here is get some separation from his team. I'm simply trying to dodge. And I can try to outrun this guy. Maybe in the long run I will be able to do so, but it's not worth it. Sitting in his gun for a very long period of time is not worth it. Trying to reverse this guy, well, is not the best idea in the world, because the F-80 has most of the advantages. If I just stay in front of him, I will die regardless. So the situation here is telling me I need to get this guy off my 6 so I can engage the other guys in the enemy team. So we start over the rolling scissor here, because my roll is a little bit better, especially at higher speeds. I'm trying to bleed some speed off, I'm trying to just get out of his guns, and now I'm putting all my energy, all my positioning into this one shot. If I miss it, I need to extend and I need to run away. He's gonna go vertical, he's extremely slow, but he suffers some damage off his elevate. And I'm not sure how significant it is, but it gives me some confidence and it makes me think I can win this fight still. I'm gonna go horizontal here because I don't want to go straight up, even though I have the better thrust to weight. He has a very good stall speed and very good maneuverability at low speed, so I don't want to force that kind of fight. So instead I'm going to put it into a downward spiral, because I have the position to do so. I'm a little bit behind him, I'm going to bleed some more speed, I'm going to try to secure the position here. And I did, I'm on a 6 now, but I still need to get a shot. I won't be able to pull in here, so we go back over, go vertical, bleed some speed, delay our turn so to speak. And by doing so he will pass ahead of us. We are now pretty firmly on a 6, we don't have the kill shot yet, but we're going pretty slow. I'm on a 6, it's not completely secured yet, but at this point I can do some things. I'm on a 6, I have the better thrust to weight than him, so his turn rate is not enough to make up for that. Without energy, you're not going to be outturning me. So now it's just a matter of trying to secure the shot, trying to make sure that I actually kill him. There he goes, he gets set on fire, we extend out, we get our speed back up, and we will engage the pack in a little bit again. And F-80s are truly your main competitor. The problem is there's also Kikkas in the mix nowadays, and they are actually pretty damn close in terms of performance to you. And they roll very well, they're very annoying to hit. Some bad aim here, but it's very annoying to hit these squirmy things. So I'm just trying to stay on a 6. The second you get very close to them, they are not going to shake you off, because the Kikka just doesn't turn well enough. hit him again. That damage model is also something else. Hit him again, hit him again. And it's not about the Kikka here. There's a guy that's about to come in as I'm very slow, and I want to give you some context on why I'm pretty slow. It's the Kikka. I got on this guy's 6 because I dove on him, and I needed to make sure that this guy dies right here. The Kikka is very annoying, especially if you're trying to dogfight someone else. He will keep his energy up quite handily, and he will interrupt the fight with you. Right now I'm going about 570 kilometers an hour. There's an F-80 just taking off, probably on min fuel, and I still have 13 minutes. So he's a little bit lighter than me, he turns a bit better than me, of course, but at this point I'm already going 700, and I want to pull this guy into the vertical. Dodge the head on, don't want to get sprayed out by 50 cals because these engines are not very durable, and I put it into a spiral. I'm not using my flaps until now. The moment I start going very slow, I start using them at higher speeds. Is simply a waste of energy, especially if you're trying to energy trap someone. At the end of the stall, feel free to use your flaps, make your tumble a little bit quicker, pull them back in time, however, to get your speed back up, and of course what does he do? He runs straight back to the airfield. I don't want that. If you mess up the dogfight, take the L. How about that? Starting to shoot a little bit longer ranges because I don't want people to run back to the airfield. And when I say I don't want people to run back to the airfield, I mean we don't do that here. Good night and see you in the next one. And a few games later, we are facing another F-80A, and guess what he's doing? You guessed it, I was catching him at the middle of the map. Even though he has a way more maneuverable plane, he decided he flew 8 kilometers towards his airfield to then circle it so I couldn't shoot him down. The second I turn around, he of course does so as well. And this kind of fighting is so dynamic, it's so exciting, and it's so amazing, and you're gonna learn so much from it as the F-80 pilot, because now he knows exactly what to do when he gets someone on the 6 and he doesn't have AA near the area. He's going to ram it into the ground because I probably don't deserve the kill or something. Not the first time it happened, not saying that this guy is doing that, but he's camping the AA, which already annoys me enough. I now have the F-84B behind me. I can tell it's a B because it doesn't say a G next to his name, and if it doesn't say the G next to his name, it is a B. The F-80 is keeping his altitude, whereas the F-84 is keeping his speed on the deck, and now I need to pick a target. The F-84B will never win a dogfight versus this thing, but he will be able to outrun me in Pumazumi. So what I want to do, I dodge the F-80 and I want to pull the F-84B up to make him bleed a lot of his speed. So now we start this 2v1. He's not going to be pulling up after me here. The F-80 is extending away, and at this point I think I'm going to secure the F-84B and make this a 1v1 again, hoping that he doesn't run back to the airfield. And here I make a little bit of a mistake. The F-84B is way too slow. I didn't delay my attack enough because I was a little bit rushed by the F-80 that's coming in. And so I tried my luck, didn't work out, and now both of them are here. The F-84 is trying to dogfight me and the F-80 is boom and zooming me. He's playing that correctly, but it's extremely annoying. I'm noticing that the F-80 will probably turn back into me the second I start turning with him, just like last fight. So we go head on, I dodge. He managed to nick one of the 50 cals onto my wingtip. Not a big deal, luckily. It didn't blow me up. It does sometimes. F-84, I'm kind of just ignoring him. He doesn't have the speed or the energy to actually do something to me here. So what I want to do now is kind of pretend that I'm going for this F-80, bait the F-84 into the spiral, but without him thinking I'm spiraling him. He's just trying to shoot me down. He's quite far away. He doesn't have the energy to do this. And I'm just sticking on the F-80, giving this F-84 the idea that I'm ignoring him. And the F-80 can turn around on me because, well, I'm dead on the 6. So now we go straight up. This guy doesn't have the energy. I try to keep my nose pointed at the F-80 as long as I can to make it harder for him to turn around. This time he is very slow, and this time I do delay the attack, and now all I need to do is simply hit the shot. The F-84B is extremely slow, not the hardest shot in the world. I managed to take his tail out, and he's going to drift straight into the trees. I need to make sure that I turn into this F-80. He notices that I'm doing so, and he breaks off. So we do a little bit of a flat turn. I need to cool my engines off so I can't whap constantly anymore. Turn back into the F-80, go low, deny him the angle, expect him to go up after I go down. He does so. We go into a little bit of a spiral here. I have a better position than him. I will stall right here, turn the web back on, drop the flaps, try to get the shot in, and just flies over his wingtip. Didn't time the shell right, so I just missed it. Pull the flaps back in, get our speed back up, and Kinda unfortunate. Here comes Razor. I didn't want him to intervene, but you know, I can't really fault him. He was grinding and he only has the missiles on. So if anything, he's just kind of scaring the guy. He's just straight up ignoring him, however. So he tries to go for me. Now he notices. But yeah, it's not much he's going to be doing against an SK-60 and an F-80. And again, he goes straight to the airfield. Great. Amazing fun, isn't it? Yet again, a few games. Well, actually before that, we now have a Kikka on our 6. He has a lot of energy. And what do I want to do? I want to make him commit to the dogfight. So I'm going to try to stay ahead of him by rolling back into his guns here. Not the best thing you can do. He doesn't actually take it. Now he does. A bit too late, however. I get directly on a 6. Because he just turns like an absolute truck. Get the shot in. Don't actually hit it. Simply overlet a little bit. Now we're stalled out. I need to hit this. Miss it again. Miss it again. Miss it again. Last shot. Come on. Crit. Of course it's a crit. The Kikka handles like a bus. It also has a damage model of a bus. I'm now in a little bit of a peculiar situation. The Kikka is directly above me, so I need to dodge this shot. He doesn't turn very well. And he picks up a lot of speed and he's crit. So I'm gonna be doing the same thing again. I'm gonna be rolling. I'm going to be rolling back in. But the Kikka is simply so damn fast. Why is this thing still 6.7? And I don't care that you struggle getting kills with the thing. The performance is not worthy of 6.7. You shouldn't be seeing these kind of planes in your Spitfire Mark 14. This thing goes over 800 kph in a straight line. It does not deserve that. We are on a 6, he's crit. He's not really going to be running away from us anymore. Because he's simply losing too much speed. Hit him again. I'm gonna be pulling up, pulling back on this guy 6. He's too busy trying to fly straight, and that's just the annoying part of the Kikka. Insane damage model, very squirmly roll, and I've pretty annoying to use guns. But when he puts himself into a flash spin like that, gives me a full broadside shot. At least I can hit those kind of shots. F-84G coming in, last clip of the day, and not a very impressive kill, but I want to give you an idea of what you should do when you're in the boom and zoom aircraft and you're trying to stick in a dogfight. He shouldn't have taken this fight. He took the bait of my turn, he stuck the dogfight, he's mixed up in the fight, and then after he does all of that, he decides to try and fly away. It's simply too late at that point. You're just giving me the kill. You try to stick on me, you already messed it up. At least try to make the best out of it. Hope you enjoyed it. Let's see you all pretty soon.